Titanfall.
Hello there everybody, my name is Jared, back again with yet another Titanfall audio commentary. If you are brand new to the channel, it is highly appreciated if you were to hit that subscribe button, as I do upload daily Titanfall content. With that being said, let's get into the best class setup for the C.A.R, that's the C.A.R SMG right now. So before we actually dive into the loadout here for the C.A.R SMG, I'm going to quickly talk about my thoughts on the weapon. Well, I am a fan of this weapon. It is probably my third or fourth favorite weapon overall in Titanfall as far as pilot weapons go. I definitely do prefer it over its counterpart, the other SMG, the R97 that is, of course. I really do like it. It obviously has a bit of a slower fire rate. It feels different than most weapons do in Titanfall. It has its own unique feel, which I really do like. I mean, all the weapons in Titanfall really are very distinctly different for the most part, but the C.A.R SMG just seems to have a different feel compared to other weapons in any other first-person shooter especially, and I really am a fan of it. It works fantastic with hipfire, which is going to be a key component here of this class, and overall, even though it has a bit of a slower fire rate, I really do like it, and I find I can be more accurate with it, especially with a slower fire rate, and I would recommend it for sure. And yeah, as I'd say, third or fourth favorite weapon overall. Those are just my quick thoughts, no stats or factual stuff right there, just my quick little thoughts on using it for the last little while and testing it out for the last couple weeks here to make this class. With that being said, let's actually dive into the loadout that I recommend for you guys to use. Starting off with the sight, I decided to slap on an HCOG. I mean, obviously the only other choice is the iron sight, and between the iron sights and HCOG, I really am not a fan of the iron sights for the C.A.R SMG. I don't know what it is about it, just the circular nature or the little dot in the middle. I don't know, it just doesn't flow my boat with the iron sight, but for some reason I'm not a fan of it, so I do personally prefer putting the HCOG here on the C.A.R SMG. And then for the modification, the mod, without a doubt, I would totally hands down recommend putting on the counterweight, as this is an absolute hipfire machine. Then pair that with counterweight, it is so good. I love using the counterweight here on this weapon, and it is without a doubt, well, I mean, it's the only weapon that has the counterweight, but it is without a doubt an absolute hipfire machine. I mean, it's like super steady aim if you play Call of Duty. It's so dang good, and I most definitely recommend putting on counterweight. I don't recommend the suppressor, as it limits the range here on the C.A.R SMG. I mean, it's not that good at long range to begin with. It's definitely more of a close quarter slash medium range situation weapon, and the suppressor just doesn't really seem to work too well with this weapon for me personally. You might disagree, but as I did say, I do prefer the counterweight. And then with the extended mag, I don't really feel like it's necessary. As I did say, I'm doing a ton of hip firing, so I do waste a lot of bullets quite often, but still, I definitely prefer the counterweight as opposed to the suppressor and the extended mag. Now, proceeding on to the anti-Titan weapon, I have chosen the Sidewinder, as this is a very rushy class, and something about the Sidewinder has a very rapid fire rate, and I really like the feel of it with this. I would also recommend the mag launcher. I mean, that's most definitely the mag launcher is the anti-Titan weapon I use for the most part, but I wanted to switch it up, put on the Sidewinder, and it just seems to fit and work with this C.A.R SMG class, as it is a very fast-paced and rushy class. You're moving around a ton, and I like the feel of the Sidewinder, and that's really all it comes down to. Now, for the sidearm, I have the RE45 auto pistol, which this is a huge part of this class, I'd say. A lot of the times, as it did say, I'm going to be hip firing with the C.A.R SMG, especially with the counterweight on there, and this is such a good weapon to hip fire. I mean, it's so dang accurate for the most part, but I still am probably more inaccurate by hip firing without actually aiming down the sight, so a lot of the times I'll be wasting bullets and I'll be missing shots, so I've got to reload after one or two kills. And in a situation where I run out of ammo and I don't have enough time to reload before taking out an enemy in a gunfight, I will switch over to the RE45 auto pistol, spray him down, and it works almost every single time. And I most definitely recommend the RE45 auto pistol here for this class. Now, for the tactical ability, the obvious choice is Stim, as this is a very fast-paced class and you move around a ton. Well, at least that's the intended playstyle here for this class setup, and Stim just complements it so well. It works fantastic with this loadout, and I most definitely recommend putting on the Stim for tactical ability. My ordnance choice is a satchel charge, as a satchel charge is so dang good. I'm gonna say it might be a little bit overpowered. I don't think they should nerf it per se, but the satchel charge is it's amazing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like using satchel charge, and especially with a rush class setup, you throw one down, run away quickly, then blow it up, and just the satchel charge, and it's just so satisfying using it, and I really like using the satchel charge here for the setup. Finally, wrapping it up with a kit, the run and gun kit and the ice pick are my two picks, because as I did say, this is a very fast-paced and rushy class. The ice pick is actually surprisingly very good. If you don't know what it does, it speeds up the time in which you can hack turrets and specters, Spectres, and it is so dang useful. I don't really hack Spectres that often, but I have been hacking turrets a whole lot more, which I recommend you guys do. Turrets are actually really useful, and the ice pick just seems to work so well. And my reasoning for the run and gun kit, I didn't even know exactly what this did. I read it over a couple times, didn't fully process it, but now looking back on it and understanding what it is, the description of it is pistols and SMGs can be fired while sprinting. That is so dang useful, especially while wall running and hip firing with the C.A.R SMG, because you are doing a ton of hip fire and spraying enemies down with the C.A.R SMG, and the run and gun kit just works so dang well. You can fire for days, and I most definitely recommend putting on the run and gun kit here for this class. So as I did say, guys, this is my personal recommended class setup for the C.A.R SMG, not based off any stats or factual information, no numbers of any sort, just me, myself, Jared, testing it out for the last couple weeks or so, feeling it out, and getting a feel of all the different combinations you could possibly do, and this is what I came up with. You guys might disagree with me down in the comments below, which I like to read. I'll most definitely respond to most of them, or like them. I'm going to read all the comments for sure, so comment down below your thoughts on the setup, and let me know if you tried it out, if it works for you personally, what changes you might make to it. But anyways, guys, has been yet another audio commentary. My name's been Jared, and I'll talk to you with some more Titanfall tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.